into the game. Imperial citizen. We got Time, Nick, Artem, Ubo. I thought they were going on like a time thing because, you know, like the nick of time, you know, so we were so close. So close. Oops, I did not want to talk to you. I'm sure you guys have great things to say, and, you know, things are going crazy, and, you know, Roscoe, you're still not selling chicken or waffles. But we forgive you.
The Emperor and Empress must be worried sick.
Princess Elfin has tried to put on a brave face at school, but deep down...
The sooner we can find them, the sooner everyone can rest easy.
Right. Let me know what I can do to help.
You can weld these sewer grates shut so that this place doesn't flood with water. The Ashen Chevalier in Class 7, a pleasure as always. His Excellency Representative Regnance has requested we give you our full cooperation. If there is anything we can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. Hold on a second. Yo, we might be able to go inside the castle. There's a fishing spot over here too, but I have no fishing bait. Afraid only authorized personnel may proceed beyond this point. What? You just said that I have full cooperation. You sucker fools. Look at all these openings you're leaving. Suckers. Is that Eustace? Eustace and Milliam?
That was so good!
I thought I saw Eustace when the cutscene for C's route where they were entering the store. I thought I saw him, but I wasn't 100% sure. But that's the confirmation.
All right! We can officially cross Drykel's Plaza off the list. I'm ready to hit up the next spot.
There's no need to be in such a rush. How do you still have space in your stomach for more?
You insult me, Eustace. I need to try all the capital's mouth-watering morsels. I can't throw in the towel this early.
You need to sample them all without eating more than your body mass in one sitting.
Says you. I'm still growing. I gotta eat.
Growing up has less to do with regular consumption and more to do with acting like an adult.
Oh, hey guys.
What's up, Juices? Eustace the Juices? And Milliam.
Counter-argument to that, by the way. If you want me to start acting like an adult, then you've got to start treating me like it. How's a girl supposed to feel big without being called a big sister?
Counter-argument to your counter-argument. That makes no sense.
Yes, it does. Don't be mean.
I didn't expect all you to come this early. See, Elliot is already with you. Yeah, we just met up earlier. We were going around gathering info when we happened to see you here. Police wanted to help us out too, so that's why she's here. I'll do my best not to trouble you. I don't think there's any chance of that. You'll be a fine help. If you need anything, just lean on me. Thank you, I will. I think anyone can tell Elise is going to be a more reliable asset than you here. Rude. Seeing them at a stall together takes me back to the summer festival. How was that only a few short months ago? Feels like so much longer. Can't imagine Eustace saw what Rufus is doing. I can't imagine Eustace saw what Rufus is doing coming either. That's a weird way to say that. Like, it makes sense, but it's weird. It has to be weighing heavily on him. but at least he has Milliam to help take his mind off of it. Come on, give Big Sissy some love. Please remove yourself from around my neck. But we haven't seen each other in forever. It's barely been 2 weeks. That's 2 whole weeks. She whines, but she's not trying to escape. Yeah, this is how it always is with them now. Hey, do you want to try some gelato or ice cream from one of the stalls? I'll treat you. The milk ice cream is super rich and tasty. I'll pass. I need to leave room for lunch. You're never going to grow any bigger if you only eat the bare minimum, Tilly. I've gained another reach on you since our last update. At this rate, you're gonna need heels to get anywhere close to my height. But then again, I am older, so maybe I've earned it. One ice cream cone, please, with 5 scoops. You only allow 3 scoops maximum? Then I'll take 3, but I appreciate it if you made them as big as possible. Really doesn't want to lose this thing they've got going on, huh? At least they're bonding in their own way. Anyway, you were gathering intel or just on a date? We were not standing idly, and we were certainly not on a date. We've been looking into the flow of goods in the capital. That would explain why you were visiting multiple shops and stalls. What have you learned then? Well, it seems like there's lots of groups buying stuff in bulk lately. All kinds of stuff too, food, orbments. It's almost like they're getting ready for something. That is unusual. I could get panic buying in response to Crossbell's occupation, but lately implies before that. Yeah, the war's over and winter's still far off, so it can't be stocking up for the weather. Then why? The buyers themselves are suspicious sorts. When we started looking into them in detail, we discovered that they were either startups or foreign. That, and they all appear to exist in name only. That only adds to the mystery. Oh, you're already done with your ice cream. Wasn't it good? Well, yes, I have to admit that. We're not here to discuss ice cream. If the buyers exist in name only, could we be dealing with cases of fraud? No, they're either shell corporations or they're shelf corporations. They gotta be one of the two. Actually, no. The transactions are legitimate. The sellers received their money and the goods were dispatched. But the other significant mystery is that there is no record of where any of these goods ended up. The intelligence division has tried tracking some of these orders, but they just get forwarded all over the place before disappearing along with other orders like this. They may have had better luck if they marked an order from the moment it's placed, but alas. Right, by the time they realize they're dealing with another one of these, the transaction is already long done. So do we think whoever's doing this has gathered all the stuff they need by now? Probably. It sounds as though we're dealing with some very skilled criminals. Perhaps the Reborn Imperial Liberation Front is hoarding supplies. What is it? Nothing worthy of note. I was just wondering if it perhaps may lead to Crossbell's new Supreme Leader instead. Well, it could. True. Just cannot fathom why my brother would be so foolish. I thought he'd finally learned his lesson. Makes no sense to me either. I haven't known him for that long, even if we were both Ironbloods. But after we beat him at the Imperial Fortress, he seemed pretty much done. I think we were all under that same impression. Either way, speculating on what he's trying to do serves us no purpose in the now. Regardless of his reasons, I will be sure to right his wrongs as his brother. I'm sorry you're going through this, Eustace. Right now, our primary focus isn't him, but the missing prince and princess. Is she? I don't necessarily know how royalty works, in the grand scheme of things, but if you marry outside royalty, is the other half now considered royalty. I guess that makes some amount of sense. Because I guess they do that with nobility. Alright. I guess Sherazard is a princess. That doesn't mean we can afford to turn a blind eye to Crossbell, mind. I'm just not sure whether the crisis there and their disappearance are connected in any way. But whatever their answer is, when our focus inevitably turns to him, you won't be alone in confronting him. So don't try running off alone, alright? Aye? Don't worry, I wouldn't dare. I'm well aware there's only so much I can do alone. Good, because your friends are here to help you in times of need, and you definitely need us here. We're always here to help, we're always here for you, Eustace. Well then, should we get back to gathering information? That would be wise. The more we can find, the better. Then let's go, go, go. Me and the little bunny are ready to go. Indeed, we can't let the rest of Class 7 be the only ones working hard. And I'll be here for whatever you need. Well, getting the stepping. Alright, I'm gonna save just in case. But I'm guessing they might just kick me out of this and force me to go to Lloyd's path, maybe? Just like that, we got the band back together. I guess so. So, any luck gathering info? Yes, now would be a good time to compare what we found. In that case, how about we meet at the cafe inside the department store? Great idea, let's head there now. And this is where it happens.
Am I imagining things?
Is something the matter?
No, it's nothing.
It's a little early, but heck, I'm down for lunch. Forget tea time, how about we take meal time? William, I think you've eaten enough. More than enough. A call. Representative Regnitz. Greetings, Reen. My apologies for contacting you out of the blue like this. I was wondering if, by chance, you might have met with the rest of Class 7 by now. We did get together with the investigation group at the Capitol not too long ago, in fact. I take it you have some idea of what's going on with us. More or less, but not like back when the Intelligence Bureau was under direct control of the government. Man, it's wild that we have a direct line to the head of the government, huh? About that, there's a matter of utmost importance I must discuss with you all. Assuming you haven't eaten yet, I'd love to discuss it over lunch. Great timing. Let's all grab a bite together. It'll be our pleasure. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting at the Der Himmel Hotel in the Garnier district. Oh, and please don't feel rushed. I have plenty of time. Alright, thank you, as always. Representative Regnitz wants to discuss something with us directly. Perhaps he's learned something pertaining to the incident. Either way, I think we can count on something juicy. Juicy? Der Himmel, right? That's a fancy hotel in the Garnier district. Lunch at a hotel, huh? Consider me pumped. How about you, Eustace? Please, I'm begging you, don't forget your table manners. Seems we still have a bit of free time. It would be best to tie up any loose threads now while we have the chance. Right, this could be a golden opportunity to investigate the Garnier district. Once we're all set, let's head to the hotel.
I don't sense anyone following me now. So why did I sense it before?
Oh, there's something happened, Reed.
Something happen, Reed?
The jewelry they got inside these babies is always so pretty. Pretty enough to buy for me. Right, you sis?
Ask me again in a decade.
You got it, Sugar Daddy. I'm gonna hold you to it. Just don't go broke so you can splurge on me.
You're ridiculous.
The way they interact is so sweet.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Milliam is crazy. We're gonna buy one of those on this route. We're gonna remember that this was stolen. Nope, okay.
And there's the Opera House. Remember when we used to only know Vita as a singer here, Elliot?
Her world felt so far away, but now we've been on the same stage. They actually invited me to come back too, so I'll save you guys a seat.
Nice, looking forward to it.
Which Nina? Oh, you guys are Emma's friends, right? They are. Fancy seeing you here, Class 7. It's been a while since we talked, hasn't it? Hello, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not sure we've met. These two live in Erin Village. Ah, where Emma's from. Well, in my case, I'm a wandering witch who works outside the village. Ever since Nina qualified to be one herself, we've been visiting different places while I teach her more about the outside world. After all, she might end up following Emma's footsteps and be asked to travel forth for her own assignments. Little brother, Alberio, is doing the same thing. Uklas, I don't know, is the one showing him around right now, I think. Congratulations then, Nina. You're now one step closer to becoming a full-time wandering witch like you wanted. Is Nina the one that had the pet flying cat? Maybe that was a little kid. I don't know. Thank you, Altina. I'm so excited. It's amazing how many people there are out here, how lively they all are. The world is just so bright and shining. At least that's how it usually is. But sometimes it seems like they get really gloomy too. Wonder why. There's the million mirror question. Yeah, if I had to put it into words, I can sense multiple sources of mana that feel somehow murky. It's not as strong as it was during the Twilight though, so that makes it hard to pin down their source. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. You're so smart, Marjorie. Interesting. And at the very least, there's clearly something going on, even if we can't say what it is yet. Thanks for letting us in on what you know. We'll be sure to keep a close lookout for anything that's suspicious. Okay, good luck, guys. It's cool, you know, seeing them, saying what's up. Alrighty. Let's have lunch. You gonna kick me out right here? Scheduled to have lunch with Representative Regnitz at this hotel. Still some time to spare, and wonder if we should head in early. Heimdallar.
Thank you for coming.
Not at all. Thank you for inviting us.
What's up, Alphen?
I'm so happy I get to see your faces again.
Your Highness.
What brings you here, Your Highness? I should very much be asking you the same thing. All this, and you're being forced to place yourself in harm's way for my brother. I'm so sorry for not consulting you first. Yes, as you ought to be. I'm your best friend. I could have thanked you much sooner, Elise, had you not kept this a secret from me. Then you won't stop me? Stop you? Heaven forbid. As soon as Representative Regnitz informed me of the details, I chose to accompany him of my own volition. I cannot bear to ignore a matter that involves my family. So please, let me do my part. Let me be part of your team.
I'd like that very much.
You've always been a part of the team, Your Highness.
Well, this has come to a fine resolution, but it won't do to begin discussions on an empty stomach. Why don't we have some lunch first?
You won't hear any objections from me.
I could definitely use a bite.
I don't remember Alphen being very good, so stay off my team, please. That really hit the spot. I can hardly believe you finished it all. Your stomach really is a void. I'd like to see who can eat more between you and Maya. Can't blame you, though. The quality of a first-class hotel's food is not to be underestimated. Yeah, I didn't think I'd get to come to a place like this on my food tour. You must have really, really liked it too, Tilly. You ate a ton. Well, I'm a growing girl just as much as you. Well, I'm glad you both enjoyed it. Shall we get down to business, then? First, I wanted to discuss the disappearance of the prince and the new princess. With what we have now, we believe it to be the work of a terrorist who goes by C. I wish we could say more about them, but I'm afraid we know very little. Just that they're the leader of a so-called Reborn Imperial Liberation Front. They also look slightly different from the C we dealt with in the past. Speaking of which, I'd like your take on that matter, Reen. Do you believe the new C and the original C are one and the same? I'll admit that I haven't been able to get in touch with Crow to confirm for sure. But I'm convinced that no, they are not the same person. I was thinking the same. This new one has mimicked the original style in their statement, but I think Crow has left those days behind for good. It's a relief to hear you feel that way. Seems like a safe bet, yeah. As for the contents of their statement, they referred directly to His Highness. Our first target was the foolish prince and his wings, now bound to inaction. That does make it quite clear that they were responsible for the abduction. I would assume wings refers to the courageous. Vast as the Empire is, how they're able to keep a ship of that size hidden from sight is quite the mystery in itself. Yeah, it might have stealth capabilities, but that can only go so far on its own. It's impressive they managed to keep its location from the intelligence division, even if it isn't at its former size. Me and Tilly are still on it, though. Are still in it, though. So, you heard any new statements from C? I'm afraid not. That's the only one. We've been trying to investigate this matter as best we can, but our foe is quite cunning. They won't let themselves be caught so easily. If only. Given the nature of this crime, we'll need to be exceptionally covert during our investigation. But naturally, the government cannot and will not leave this case unsolved. You will have our full backing however you choose to go about this. If you're in need of the military police's assistance, you only need to ask. Thank you, Your Excellency. Next, I'd like to discuss my primary reason for summoning you here. Would that be the information you said you wanted to share when you called? That it would. This information was given to me by General Van Dyke, and Princess Alphen and Elise have also verified it with their own experiences. Really? Does this relate to the thing you were concerned about when we met up with Elliot? Yes, it does. Allow me to explain. The students of St. Astraea come from many different backgrounds. Many different background? Yeah. No, many a different background. We have many with family in the military, including officers and generals. That in itself isn't a problem. What is that many of these military families have been reportedly acting strangely of late. In what way? I remember hearing rumors about that when I was at the school, too. Most of them are seemingly reformists and young officers who idolize the late Chancellor. It's as if they refuse to settle back into normality after the war's end. They're still addressing others with deep aggression and are clearly very unhappy with the current state of the Empire. But the thing that concerns us most of all is their reaction to Crossbell's reoccupation. They aren't at all angry with the idea of a united nation. It's the opposite, in fact. They're in full support of it. That is not good. That's an understatement. What utter insanity. The success of a united nation would also mean the end of Erebonia. Precisely. I am a reformist, but supporting such an extreme concept is nothing short of baffling to me. According to General Van Dyke, some of them have been showing worrying signs of plotting something in light of this. Exactly what that something is in detail, he has yet to confirm. That kind of ties up with what me, Eustace, and Elliot found out too. Yeah. Oh, could you tell me what you discovered? Would share their findings with Representative Regnitz. Soldiers holding covert meetings in the city and large amounts of supplies disappearing. It wouldn't surprise me if members of the army were defecting to the Ebon Defense Force. I think we need to look into potential points of contact between them. Agreed. I think we've also got a clearer picture of what's been going on here after sharing all we know. We put the pieces we currently have together. The muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City from C's statement refers to defecting members of the army. That makes sense. The statement did mention it would see those who supported the United Nation pay for their crimes. Guess it's all fallen into place then. If there really are rebels in the army and punishing them is C's goal, then who we find first doesn't really matter because the other will be there. How convenient for us. Yeah, sure is. I'm glad I was able to help you on the right track. Or help put you on the right track. 7 always comes through in the end. Yeah, but not Lloydo. Lloydo got bodied though. Your Highness? Pardon me, you don't have to worry. I'm hardly the only one for whom life is difficult right now. I'm sure that if I were to ask you to rest, you wouldn't listen, but please, at least be a little gentler to yourself, Your Highness. But the great mental burden of not knowing whether family is safe and well is not to be underestimated. Them being missing also means you have to carry on with the work that would normally be given to them. You are going through too much for one to handle right now. If you are feeling at all unwell, we would like for you to consider taking some time off. I couldn't possibly. I'm in full agreement. Taking care of yourself is as much a part of your duties as working. While you do that, we'll see to it these crimes are solved. You have our word. I'll do what I can in your stead. And I will see that Prince Olivert and Lady Sherazard are brought home as soon as possible. You can put your trust in us. I suppose you're right. Perhaps resting is as much part of my duties as well. And you won't have to worry, Your Excellency. We're still not sure exactly how the situation stands in Crossbell, but I'm sure Machias is just fine. I concur. It will take more than this to make him lose heart. Thank you both. I've also put similar faith in my son. I'm sure he's doing everything he can on the inside to see justice prevail. As are Elisa and Tawa. I think we all feel the same way. They ain't got nothing to worry about as long as they have Supermaid with them. And we're a whole super crew, so if they got things covered, then so do we. That's right. Supermaid. Sharon is such a boss. Thank you all for your time. I'm glad we could exchange information. It was a very worthwhile meeting. Well, we ought to make our way back to the palace. Be careful on your journey, everyone. And I'm counting on you, Elise. Thank you, Your Highness. Good luck. I'm always available if you need to get in touch. Should we get going too, then? Yes, let's. Something feels strange. Using continue will cause the main story advance, will also not be possible to go any further in Reen's story for a brief period. Something wrong? Probably nothing. I just gotten a weird feeling. It's like something is in my pocket that wasn't there before. What is this? It's a weird looking mirror. Since when do you carry one of those around? Since never, this isn't mine. Just ended up in my pocket somehow. Are you certain? I doubt anyone could slip something into your pocket without you noticing. Yeah, nothing gets by you, Reen. I don't have a clue how this got there. There has to be a reason behind it. But I can't imagine it connects in any way to the prince's disappearance or what's happening in Crossbell. Can very well do nothing, but I don't have a clue what to do with it. Alrighty. Let's save. I wonder if I can do this now. Mark real quick. Like the crepes are not ready. We have to wait. We just have to wait. Sorry, we have to wait a little longer. Alright. So it's Lloyd's turn.